Greetings everyone, this is your boy Curtis aka Dr. C checking in with you, and today I'm going to talk to you about the emotional freedom technique. Very powerful technique that gives people a relief from physical ailments, emotional issues, oftentimes within minutes. This is not a gimmick. It is a very effective and powerful technique, and oftentimes works when nothing else does. People have used this technique to heal themselves from any type of ailment you can think of. People have, overcome depression within minutes. People have had chronic back pain for 30 years, overcame it within 5 minutes. It's just amazing the power of this technique, particularly when it comes to people who have mental issues or people who have physical issues. So the emotional freedom technique, basically what it is acupressure. Acupressure has been used by traditional Chinese medicine now for the past 5,000 years. And the basic premise of EFT is that there's an energy system within our body. And when we have negative feelings, these negative feelings are a result of a disruption in our body's energy system. And over time, these disruptions manifest as physical ailments, headaches, chronic back pains, and etc. So when we balance out these disruptions, then the physical ailments or the emotional ailments oftentimes go within minutes. And quantum physics tells us that everything in the universe is energy, and that in our bodies is just nothing but a big energy field. And if this energy field is connected and flowing, then we're in perfect health. If we have disruptions and blockages, then we experience basically dis-ease. So EFT, that is the basic premise of this. As I mentioned, there's been a strong connection between stress and poor health in this country. The majority of people who are getting sick and going to the doctor and ER, it's due to stress-related illnesses. So EFT can resolve all that within minutes, and it's something that is, is cheap and can be done on you, or you can use a practitioner like myself. And it's extremely simple. Children can do this. You can do this on pets. It's just a wonderful, amazing technique. So I'm going to show it to you right now. So, okay, EFT. Alright, it's basically acupressure. And it's a non-invasive, it's not, it doesn't hurt you or anything. So, basically, how you first use EFT is that you come in with a problem. So, migraines, for example, something a lot of people have here in this country. So, let's say a person, I have a really bad migraine. What do I do? Okay. So, you would first of all rate the migraine on a scale from 0 to 10. 10 being the, like the migraine that's like my head, it feels like it's about to explode. 1 being my head feels great. So, okay, let's say a person has like coming in with a 9, in a migraine headache. Their head feels horrible. They can't even get up. They just, they feel like crap basically. So, okay, so you would rate that on a scale from 1 to 10 first. Second thing you would do is that you actually would go through the process now, which I'm about to show you. And we have what's known as a setup phrase and a reminder phrase. And the setup phrase is just basically a series of affirmations that you use to affirm the problem. And when you affirm the problem and really get into the emotions behind the problem, it actually tunes into your body's energy system, or the disruption in your energy system that's causing the problem. So thereby you can balance it, and the migraines oftentimes will go away within minutes without the use of drugs and whatnot. So, okay, alright, so you would use certain affirmation, which I'm about to give you, at least 3 times by continuously tapping with 2 fingers on your karate chop point, which is right here. So you would say, even though I have this really bad migraine headache, I deeply and completely love, forgive, and accept myself. Even though I have this really bad migraine headache, I deeply and completely love, forgive, and accept myself. Even though I have this really bad migraine headache, I deeply and completely love, forgive, and accept myself. Okay, so once you say that at least 3 times, and you go through the points and use what is known as a reminder phrase. First you have the setup phrase, and then you have the reminder phrase. And you tap on each point I'm about to show you at least 5 to 7 times. Okay, so you tap on top of your head is the first point. The next point is your left or right eyebrow. The next point is either the side of your eye on the left or right. The next point is under your eye on the left or right also. The next point is under your nose. The next point is under your bottom lip on your chin. The next point is your collarbone point, like in the soft fleshy point, like you can almost like dig into your collarbone area, this point right here. The next point is going to be your armpit point, about 2 inches down, like, almost like on your rib cage, your armpit. The next point is going to be your nipple point. For men, it's going to be below your nipple. For women, it's going to be actually below your breast, like almost towards your rib cage. And that is all the points. And then you go through as many cycles, usually about 2 or 3. And then after you're done, you take a deep breath. And then you exhale. And you rate how you feel on a scale from 1 to 10 again. And, if you were at like a 9 with your migraine headache, you could, you got down to a 5, that would be wonderful. So I'm going to go through the points with you briefly. So you would say, we're going through the points now with the reminder phrase. So you would say, I have this really bad migraine headache. I have this really bad migraine headache. Eyebrow point. My migraine feels so bad. My migraine feels so bad. Side of the eye. My head feels like crap. My head feels like crap. Under the eye. My head hurts so bad. My head hurts so bad. Under the nose. I have this really bad migraine headache. I have this really bad migraine headache. Chin point. My head feels so bad. My migraine feels so bad. Collarbone point. I want to get rid of this migraine. I really want to get rid of this migraine. Armpit point. My head hurts so bad. My head hurts so bad. Nipple point. My head feels so bad. My head feels so bad. And then you go through, and then that's the cycle, and you'll go through it again. So you go to the top of the head and say, I have this really bad migraine headache that's just makes my head feel horrible, for example. And you go through, use a reminder phrase, a short statement or phrase, wanting to tune your body's energy system into the problem. And then, as I repeated earlier, after you're done, take a deep breath, and then exhale. Okay, and as I mentioned, if you're down to a 5, and you want to even gain more relief, then you will go through the setup process again with 2 fingers, and you will go through your setup phrase, and tap on your karate chop point continuously as you use affirmation at least 3 times. And this time, since you're going through another round of EFT for the same problem, use the word still or remaining. So you would say, even though I still have this severe pain in my head, I deeply and completely love, forgive, and accept myself. Even though I still have this severe pain in my head, I deeply and completely love, forgive, and accept myself. Even though I still have this severe migraine in my head and it hurts really bad, I deeply and completely love, forgive, and accept myself. And then you would go through the different points within your body while using a reminder phrase, and until you ultimately get down to 1. And as I mentioned earlier, people have used this for any type of ailment you can think of, from cancer to diabetes to fibromyalgia, autism, anything you can think of, and gain immediate relief. People have also used this for emotional issues. Vietnam war vets who suffer from post-traumatic stress syndrome for years gain immediate relief with EFT. That's how powerful it is. And it's recommended that you drink plenty of water while you do EFT, and that you either do this on yourself or see a practitioner. Seeing a practitioner oftentimes is recommended, due to practitioners being knowledgeable about EFT and maybe dealing with some issues that you may not think to address yourself. I'm a practitioner myself, and there's in the box up at the upper right, you can receive more information about my EFT consultation services. And you can also email me for more information about EFT at curtisl_duncan@yahoo.com. As I mentioned, it works oftentimes. Anything other stuff does not, and it's relatively cost effective, and it's magical, and it's no gimmick. It really does work, and you don't have to believe in it in order for it to work. We're not dealing with a placebo type effect here when you're working with EFT. So this is your boy Curtis, aka Dr. C. Thank you, and have a wonderful day. Peace.